Hi guys, welcome to this unboxing. I'm Wargamer Dad, and today I'm going to be unboxing the newish at this point, two-player starter set for the Fallout game. The Fallout game is supposed to be a very good game. Everything I've been hearing about it is really good. It's supposed to have a two-player version. It's supposed to have a single-player version. It's supposed to have a cooperative version where you can work in cooperation with other players rather than against them. It's got several factions already built into the game. Yep, 12 pre-assembled plastic miniatures come in this box set, as you can see. Wargaming for the Wasteland, they're calling it. Let's have a quick look at the back of the box. You can see from the back of the box that what we're getting is mutants and humans. Vault Dwellers. For those of you who may not have played the Fallout computer game, it's quite a highly complex world with multiple factions in. They all interact in different ways, so there is a lot of potential gameplay in this box. As you can see, it promises 12 pre-assembled multi-part hardened PVC 32mm scale miniatures. So that's heroic scale for those of you that are unfamiliar. Heroic scale is pretty much the standard of the industry at this point. 24 cards, unit AI reference, 100 small cards, heroic quest, perk, leader, explore, event and wastelands, 10 custom dice, 2 die cut counter sheets, a 3x3 gaming man. That's quite a large gaming man, so that should be fun. Rules of play, core rulebook, which would be necessary, a campaign book, and a starter guide. So that all looks like it's going to be very, very exciting. It sounds like a proper full box. Obviously, you can't tell from there, but there's quite a weight to this box, which is always a good sign as far as I'm concerned. I always worry about a box that's huge, then feels like it weighs nothing. As we can see, it's a book. Getting acclimated. Initial know-how for wasteland survival. You can see you've got the standard 1950s retro feel to everything. There's a pneumatic hammer that she's wielding there. It's got some of the base rules explaining what the cards look like. Some nice simple and basic artwork. Nothing too complex or fancy. It gives you a great idea of how the game works. And several tutorials you can see which will run you through the basic skills. Oh, look, it says you're special. My teachers used to say I was special. Not in the good way, though. We've got a lot of counters. A lot of games these days tend to be counter heavy. It tends to allow for them to put in a lot of conditions and a lot of rules that allow you to do things. We've got these rulers. Yeah, you can see they're both different, but they both got these large rulers here for measuring distances, and they've got these multicolored bits here which look like preset and pre-measured distances. Just going to move that to the side. Here's the 3x3 game mat they promised. Comes in 2 parts. You can't really tell, but the quality of paper this is on is nice and thick, and it's got a shiny finish. It's only single-sided. Possibly missed a trick there. Maybe it just helped them save money. A lot of games like this have double-sided because it gives you more options, but yep, you see there you've got a nice big wasteland. Ooh. Let's try not to break this when I fold it back up. Boom, 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 boom. And again on the on the other sheet, you've got a fantastic wasteland. I know a lot of people are probably going to start making their own wastelands fairly quickly. I know I will be. But these two game mats give you a fantastic place to start. What have we got next? Fallout, the rules of play. Again, we've got fantastic artwork. Not too complex, not too simple, but giving you an idea of the characters, giving you pictures in the background, which really help you with the feel of the game. You can see it's not too thick, so we're not talking a massive battle tome here. But, you know, you can see by it, it's reasonably complicated and is divided into, it's divided into fairly easy sections, you know, leaving the vault, your special attributes. Yep, there we can see, as I thought earlier, you've got, these are for pre-measured distances. Certain characters are going to go for those pre-measured distances, and you can already see that somebody has been making acrylic ones, so you can improve your game. They even go together to combine. Obviously, I'm not going to go through the rules right now because they would take far too long. We may do some demos later. I've got a friend who actually this belongs to. He's lent it to me so I can do a box opening for you guys. Oh, wow. That's really good. Sorry, he's lent it to me so I'm going to do a box opening with you guys. And me and him are going to play through it later. Sorry, I've just noticed that they've given you a lot of tiny little bags. People use these all the time to divide up the tokens and keep the tokens stored. Otherwise, you've then got to sort these tokens every time you play a game. And that turns a 10-minute setup into a half-hour setup. It's very, very thoughtful and very well planned. You've got this, which is the campaign handbook, securing your place in the wasteland. And this looks really cool. Have to break this down when we get a chance. Some cards, the quality of these looks reasonable. They're not the best. I'm just going to have to take these. Sorry. It's not amazing. They're not plasticky or anything, but I'm just going to have to take them off. Don't bear with me. I'm just using my teeth to try and open them. If my mate who lent me this, Chris, is watching, sorry, dude. But yeah, not too thin. The artwork in the back, again, nice, simple. You've got the Fallout boy there. A bunch of stats. I've been told for the single player version there's AI, so this must be something to do with the AI there. So that's really cool. I'm just going to put those back in that box there so they don't lose. There's a little square there, I don't know what that's for. Oh, and here are your equipment cards. Nice little picture of a heroic dude. You can see the difference. You can see there's a theme. They use the Fallout boy there. In case anybody's wondering, that guy there, he's not giving you a thumbs up. He's checking the possibility of survival. The idea is if you hold your arm out straight and put your thumb in front of the nuclear blast, if your thumb covers the nuclear blast, you're far away that you might survive. If your thumb doesn't cover the nuclear blast, you're going to get radiation poisoning and die. I don't know whether that's a true fact or not, but it's one of the things that was taught to people during the Cold War and during the nuclear age. To give you an idea of whether or not you could survive. Then again, they also taught you things like if you ducked under a table, something called duck and cover, you could survive as well. We've got your basic hunting rifle there. You've got your items, you've got your pistol, your pipe wrench. These ones have, again, a nice simple bag. We're looking at someone's butt. I don't think there's any significance of the butt. Buff out. Again, basic items there. We've got these red ones. Wandering Merchant. Ooh. You get to meet a stranger. These things look like random events that might be happening during a game. Gun Nut Pistol. Oh, these look like specialist mods. Perks. Ah, these are the equivalent of the perks you get. Sorry, I'll just get there. These are the equivalent of the perks you get in the game. So these allow you to buff yourself. So they're the equivalent of skills or feats in games like D&D. I'm just going to put the ones I've already looked through back in there. Will they go in sideways like that? They will. I'm not going to try and put them in end on because they'll just end up falling. So let's get that gun nut back there. You've got events, which is nice. Lightning storm. Oh, bear me, I've still got some of these. That's right. You got lightning storm, downpour, things that can happen to you during the game. And explore. Apparently you can explore. I'd imagine these cards all have their place in the game and the game will work perfectly functionally. Heroic stuff, that's nope, I have no idea what that is. I'm sure I'll find out later. Handyman, Handy Delivery Part 2. Ooh, again, you got some story cards here. They've got little stories. They've got little stories on them. Again, things are going to happen. And recent tracks. Collect the bounty. Who was that killer? Revenge. Oh, nice. You've got a whole little. Set of story cards. Handy Delivery Part 1. Sell the goods and things, which allow you to play through the game in a narrative method. Now, let's get on to the dice. We got a polyhedral set here, customized dice. Anyone who's played any of the Fantasy Flight games, like the Star Wars games, will be familiar with dice like this. Each dice will mean something. You'll multiply the results, and each dice has different odds on there for different purposes and different tasks. You can see you'll have bits and pieces, and they'll reference to you which dice you need to roll under which circumstances. For example, well, look, that grenade is green, that thing's blue. I'd imagine they refer to the appropriate coloured dice being rolled for the appropriate colour effect. I could be wrong. I haven't read the rules yet, but that is usually what happens. Let me just bag these dice back up. A lot of the idea of that is the maths is built in to the dice as much as possible so that you don't have to stop and refer continuously to a bunch of charts. The idea is to smooth gameplay out and make sure that you're focusing on having fun. Now the bits we've all been waiting for, just checking there's nothing else under there. The models. We have, oh, look at that. Look at that. That is pretty. Okay, the light's blinding it a little, so I'm just going to turn the light away. Yep, we have got this horrific beast, which I have not encountered yet in Fallout. Then again, I'm only halfway through Fallout 4, being poverty-stricken and having multiple children. This is the limited edition special issue. Where are we? Oh, it was on the plastic. Damn it. You can see the bonus Alien Zetan included inside. That's this guy. Don't know what he does yet, but he looks interesting. Again, you can see they're sticking with the 1950s style. Here we've got the mutants. This is a super mutant. They're the big bad scary guys. They're one of the nastier factions. It's a super mutant brute with this big sledgehammer. And again, a super mutant armed with what looks like a machine gun and a shotgun. Oh no. No, those could just be shotguns. And oh god, they're adorable. Oh look. Oh, they're so cute. I want one. Giant mutant dogs. That's well, that's one faction in the game. This has got to fit back in somewhere. Right, you go in there. And you go in there. Oh, I've left one of the dice out of the dice bag. Let's quickly put that back before I lose it, because I will lose it. Got this amazing looking guy with a pistol in power armor. For those who play Fallout, power armor tends to be the best armor you can get. Often found in a faction called the Steel Legion, but available to Fallout Vault Dwellers and other guys as well. You've got a Vault Dweller here. You can tell because if I just hold her up. Don't be dickish. I'm trying to focus on my fingers. There you go. You can tell because she has a Pip-Boy in her hands, and that's a sure sign of a Vault Dweller. Another lady armed with what looks like some sort of sniper rifle. Ooh. Yet another character. That's not a ghoul or anything, is it? No. Armed with a shotgun. Another little badass dude. And, oh, a dog. An adorable, normal-sized dog. Let's compare the mutant dog to a normal dog. I'm not entirely sure. My dad always used to say it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog, but I wouldn't be placing money on Little Grey there. You can see that the quality of the miniatures is actually very good. They look fairly basic now, but I'd imagine, but when painted up, they're going to look really nice. And again, you can see they've got very nice bases. A good amount of detail. They're quite hard. A lot of other miniatures would be bending when I flick this, so they're actually a good solid miniature quality plastic rather than a game piece quality plastic, which is really nice to see. All in all, I think very much worth the money that is paid for it. These are retailing at, let's have a look, how much did my friend pay for it? About £50 to £60. This specific one was bought at £54. I believe he acquired it off of Amazon, but that's only because our local game shop had completely sold out in the first couple of days. It's looking like a very popular game, not least of which because you're supposed to be able to play, as I say, a cooperative mode rather than just a versus mode. And quite a few people are getting sick of just having to smash face with your friends. Not least of which because there usually ends up being one guy who's slightly better than everybody else. Nobody really wants to play him because you just lose every time. Stuff like this, where you can play campaign and you can play cooperative, offers another way of playing where you can play smash face with your friends and smash somebody else's face rather than just losing repeatedly or in fact winning repeatedly, which can get just as boring, or at least I've been told. Okay, hope you guys enjoy this. Thanks very much. Hi guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Or you can head over to my Patreon page and support me directly. Remember, it's your support that allows me to do this. Until next time, see you around.